5, Darcy with Mindscope Games, and today I'm going to talk to you about our fixtures, how we started our business plan. I'm going to take you on a tour. So we started in November as an LLC. We had $5,000. We bought collections. We scaled up from there, and at this point we've spent over 70 grand. But what I want you to know is that as we were building our funds, we were buying fixtures. And we were buying fixtures without knowing what building we'd be in or what our floor plan would look at, and we were just trying to get deals. So there's 3 stores I bought out. We bought out a jewelry store that was closing in Olathe, Kansas. Beautiful stuff. That's our glass cases, and I'll show you a couple more items that came from it. We bought out a Radio Shack where we got these gondolas. I'll show you those in just a little bit. And we bought out a card store in Newton that has probably the most relevant fixtures for a card store, but it was the 3rd time we bought out a store, and we got a lot of stuff. So we're going to talk about our floor plan, the risks in buying cheap fixtures, and how it all fits. So the first thing I'm going to show you, this is our space. It's about 1,300 square feet, but some of it's in that back room there and not usable customer space. So you walk in the door and immediately you see these board games. In fact, we put puzzles up front and Pop Funko because they're general population stuff. We don't look completely nerdy when you walk into Mindscope Games because we have puzzles that you can see in common places. We got Pokemon, it's familiar. We got Warhammer 40K, it's in a great phase of the game. We want people to get started in that. And this right here, this fixture is beautiful. Look, we can see ourselves, say hello, and we can wave in the mirror. Hi guys. But this is 3 rows of board games, and it takes up, I don't know, 8 square foot. It's not super ideal for a board game shop because it doesn't let me maximize my upward space. Now it has a lot of marketing principles in it. It's beautiful. It's attractive, it makes people look, it's grabbable for all heights, maybe too low on certain sections. It fit the jewelry store really well. They paid great money for it. Look, I'm going to show you this that came from the jewelry store too. This is in our display window, and this is a nice piece. That's an expensive piece. It's a custom-made piece. It's a piece that kind of sits in our window and doesn't do much now because we bought that. We bought that in November, Black Friday, lots of months before we were opening. So we got great glass cases. We got this cash wrap over here in that November purchase, and it's wonderful. It lets us merchandise our pop where people can grab it right next to the counter. It lets us merchandise our snacks. We have a game drawer right here of free games people can play. Look at all those games. Mindscope has lots of games. Free Planeswalker decks. And on the other side, it holds tons of stuff. We got these nice cases. Look at this. Great cases. Jewelry cases, beautiful, nice cards in there. You like Magic Finance? We're going to talk about dual lands tomorrow. Things like Drop of Honey, Force of Will, Bazaar of Baghdad, Time Vault, and the Reserve List. And we got these great cases, but how much money do we make out of those glass cases? A good amount. And how much did we spend? Well, I spent $700 to acquire 7 glass cases. Not all of them fit in the store. One is still in our garage. It got a little broke. Not too bad. We got the cash wrap, which is huge. It's 1,000 pounds. I cannot move this in my floor plan. So right now this stays where it's at, and it protects our AC, which is doesn't have a wall in front of it. And the cash wrap helps reduce our theft and makes it real easy for people to get the product they want. That's kind of our home base. So that purchase was really pretty good, but if I were to optimize my floor space, I'd be selling these 3. Anybody in Great Bend want to buy them? $75 a piece. You buy all 3, I'll give you a deal. Because in those places, instead of that, I would actually put like a 5-tier bookshelf, and I would get more usable floor space out of it. So these gondolas are great, and I have all sorts of racking and accessories. I also have the pegs. I have pegs where we can stick price tags on, but we carry like 1 of each item right now because we're in the beginning phase of our business plan. And I got locking pegs so I could actually merchandise items that people can't get unless they have the key. And they're great gondolas. Now, I'm in about $150 a piece for these gondolas, and then I got a really good deal on a printer with ink that if I checked eBay for, which I did before I bought from Radio Shack, was covering pretty much the whole deal in my cost. Maybe I'll sell that printer on eBay, but it works pretty well in the shop. But these gondolas, they're like 3 foot wide. They take up a lot of space. Now they make very attractive merchandising for our board games. People walk in, they've never seen some of these board games, and they think, wow, I never knew there were so many board games. And they're at the level where you can put your hands on it, you can touch it, and actually board game sales have been pretty good for us. We have this wall where we can put more board games. Now, are people less likely to grab board games off this wall? Yeah, I would bet. The merchandising power of a white gondola, it makes our store look clean. It makes it look professional. They all match. We got 6 of them. But you know what? Honestly, if I could get my money out of those 6 gondolas and put it into more purposeful fixtures for us, if anybody wants 6 gondolas at $150 a piece with all the racking, you contact Darcy. I'll sell them. Because I love them. I really do. I think they are great for merchandising. I think they help our sale through rates. But they're a little big and we need more space because in a game store, we talked about it last time, but play space is one of the most important things. So we set out 4 tables and you notice there's some walk space here. We have this TV that helps us broadcast our pairings, and up here we have our free game library. So we have this play space to help us build community, and that is one of the most important things we're after. Now, a little bit of background about me. My brother was born with myotonic muscular dystrophy. He inherited it from my mother. My uncle had it. My grandpa had it. And it is a degenerative disease. My brother was labeled special education. I have other family members that would have been. And part of what I want to do in play space and having the store is that we have an area of acceptance. You sit down with cards. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you go to school, how rich you are. It doesn't matter what your IQ is. You play the game, people accept you. And that's why we have play space. Honestly, we could talk about money, we could talk about